As we enter the summer months, figured it'd be a good time to head down to the Vine Center and check in with Liberty Flames assistant coach Matt Olinger here with the men's basketball program. And Matt, you've been around this program for a long time, been a part of a couple of Big South championships going back to 2004, recently promoted to assistant coach yet again. How does it feel?
I mean, it's great. I mean, you're always excited for new opportunities, even though there's, was a time for a couple of years where I did this as well. But anytime you're able to serve on a staff and fill in roles in different ways, I mean, the way our staff has worked and kind of how we get along, roles and titles really don't matter. It's more just, fulfilling needs, and everybody has certain skills and traits, and whatever jobs are kind of necessary. It's kind of, I guess, been my role over the last few years, just kind of fill in with whatever's needed. So.
And as you said, you've done this before. How is it different this time, though, having the experience from before, and how much did that prepare you for it?
It prepares you a lot. So, getting that first time, so to speak, a few years ago, was able to, you learn a lot. You learn a lot of times what not to do. So some of those things, I guess mistakes or just bumps along the road that when it happens now, it's just like, okay, here we go. Let's do it, and we're rolling. There's not a big learning curve. Whereas, if this was the first time, there's certainly a curve that, different things you have to learn. But, as far as getting promoted in the spring and heading right into the AAU period, it's just stuff you've done before, places you've been, even though it's been a little 2-year hiatus. But, for as far as the adjustment, it's just not a big adjustment. Just, maybe sleep in your bed a little less, but that's probably the only real change that you kind of go through.
That kind of leads me into my next thought. With that comes the recruiting trail and being a valuable part of that process. How excited are you to get back into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. You kind of build those relationships over time, and through here, whether it's through camps or just different things, you build a lot of relationships with different people, different coaches. But now being able to cultivate some of those, face-to-face, so to speak, and going out and, and being with some of those people that you've had a relationship with over the years, and seeing some of those players. So that adds a little bit more excitement to what you're able to do, even though, like I said, you've known some of these coaches for years, or you've been on phones and you've had conversations and talked things. But now being able to actually physically go do that again is, it's definitely exciting. Then I'll reconnect, with a lot of different people that I think it goes the same in any business. You know a lot of people, but sometimes until you see them face to face, it's like, oh yeah, you forget about this, you forget about that. But so that part of it is, it's an exciting. It presents new challenges too, which is, it's always, anytime you're able to learn and keep pushing yourself, I think that's always an exciting time in anyone's career.
It was an exciting year for this team last year as well, the step forward that it took under Richie McKay in his first season back. What are the expectations here this summer and going forward into the fall?
Well, we just want to keep building. I think we laid a good foundation in year one, as you said. And a big piece of the foundation was the culture that we were able to instill and, kind of playing that style that, Coach McKay has them wanting to play. I think for the most part, our guys bought in, and they're really bought into the system. They're bought into us, and when those things can happen, and credit to those guys, but when those things happen, you're able to really coach them. You're able to really develop some of the skills that they have. And, we'll get all of our guys coming in here within the next week or so when we start our summer stuff. So that part for us is very excited. And, these are really the first days that we're going to have with them. So being able to instill that into the new guys and allowing some of the older guys kind of show them the ropes, that's that's a big part of being able. You'd much rather do that now and get those kinks out now rather than have August roll around and that be the only time that you kind of get to develop that. So these next 2 months will be exciting. I mean, you do so much work with, recruiting these guys, and then, there's just so much that goes into it to finally get them here on campus and, have them here is, it's such a big deal. It's a culmination of a lot of work of a lot of people. So being able to put all that together is definitely, it's the next step for everyone here. So.
Lastly, we mentioned you've been around the program for a while now. You've been a lot of different things: manager, head manager, director of operations, assistant coach, again now. What's been the most rewarding part of your time around this program and watching its growth?
The most rewarding part is probably just, not only the people, but all the different jobs and the different things you get to learn. So when you're the director of operations, there's some tasks that go with that. When you're an assistant, when you're doing videos. So, just as a coach, you're able to develop yourself in so many different ways. And, Liberty's reach nationally, you build so many different relationships. So I would say that's the most rewarding part, is just the experiences I've been able to have just through basketball. I mean, when you're growing up, you love the game, you love playing it. You just would never think all the different things that, I've been able to do and the things I've been able to bless with just through basketball. And, being a part of here, being a part of one spot, it's been really cool. It's very rare, to be able to be a part of so many things. So thankful and, just excited to keep that moving forward.
All right, Matt, appreciate the time and have a great summer.
I appreciate it.